All right, so welcome to my trade review or trade recap, trading day recap. Yeah, trading day recap. Today's September 13th. It's a Friday. Yeah, so how these are going to go is that I'm going to go through my morning review, what I look at, I was looking at yesterday or maybe last night as well, just whatever I was looking at to like plan my day. Then the next, talk about my mental state, how I felt throughout the day, throughout my trading. And then the trades I actually took. All right, so boom, boom, boom. So we're on a daily here, it looks like. So let's go back a little bit. Oh, my screen is just, look at it. All right, so we came down, we had a change of character. It held I guess this was a daily FVG here somewhere. And then, of course, it bounced. It probably took out some liquidity somewhere, did it? Maybe it did. Yeah, it took out some liquidity right there. All right, but then it held, right? It held. And then it tried to go down. This fair value gap held, and it went back up. But what was I looking for here? Anybody that was trading, they're probably looking for a strong candle. Nice strong candle, see how the next candle holds, and it held. It's a possibility maybe a higher, and especially since it closed above the previous candle. Not that it wicked above it, but that it closed above it. So of course we moved through our trade all the way back up, and now we come back down to test because the people are up here waiting. Probably, yep, there was something here, some 4 hour or something up here that probably bounced off of maybe order block or something, and it moved its way back down. Had a high I thought it was going to come all the way back down after these strong candles. Maybe it was going to push through here, but something kept it here. And of course it turned around, held, and now we are on our way back up. So this morning, this is where it opened this morning. So when I saw it, of course you were seeing maybe a possibility of continuation all the way back up to this area up here. And I think that's the same thing I said yesterday. After we consolidated, we came back and we held, and we got back above these trading candles here with a nice candle close. We have a higher expectation that's going to keep going at least back up to here or close, within these ranges. It's going to go up and test those things, especially with such a strong close. I'm not sure if volume increased after it. Yeah, volume stayed strong volume, and then it stayed a little bit higher here. And today we'll see how today finishes. So that's what I saw this morning. All right, high possibility we're gonna keep going up. So I went down to the 4 hour. Where was I? This is 10. Oh, sorry, 4 hour. Yeah. So here, yeah, over here. So how did I see it? Let's see. Yes, so in the morning, this was the trade-in overnight, and it held like an area. It held an area. I'm not sure what fair value gap was there, but it held, right? And then when the chart opened, I wasn't here because I don't sit down in time sometimes, right? And it just kept on holding the area, right? Let's see, the 2 2 hour here. Was it 2 hours? No, not a 2 hour fair value gap. No, there's nothing. Maybe it was a half an hour. Okay, yeah, maybe a half an hour. Yeah, it was a half an hour. All right, cool. All right, so it looks like it held, and if it was going to keep going down, I would want to see like a break of these kind of structures here to pull the liquidity and get through the actual fair value gap and close on the other side. But it looks like it held throughout the morning. All right, so my mental state this morning was, I thought it was good because I've been keeping up with the chart consistently, even when later at night when the market opens and everything, I'm looking at it to see how it's trading throughout the night, throughout different sessions, other country sessions, and watching how it plays out. And that's been helping me be able to consistently, I guess, open the day and just have an idea where the story is headed in a sense. So good mental headspace. I didn't feel like I was this morning when I sat down. I was like, maybe I shouldn't trade. It was looking choppy, and I was like, I don't feel like finding a setup. And then I walked away and came back, and I felt good. I just stepped outside, and I was like, all right, let's do this. So I'm glad that I took that step. Before I would have just sat there and just tried to trade and do all this. And now I'm trying to get a grasp of what's going on, because I've gotten to a point where I'm getting payouts, you know, but not consistently the way I want to. And so I'm back to refining everything and make it more consistent in how I'm approaching everything. All right. So today, a couple of trades I took today. So I didn't take a trade until later. I was waiting for something good to happen before I took a trade. So what happened is that this one, okay. So what happened was, like, here we was watching the hourly. It kept on holding down this level down here, right? Holding. So I was like, all right, if it breaks higher, we get above this previous week's high, we close. All right, we find like a candle that I can push off of just to get like 10 points. I'll take a quick trade. So we got this candle. It was consolidating. It was not closing. If you see, nothing was closing above like this line right here. And that's the line I think I drew. And once it closed above it, I was like, okay, it closed above it. It didn't close as strong as I want to, but I'll take a trade. So I took the trade, stop loss down here, and I got it to move 10 or 15 points or so. I got out of it, and then I was out. And then next trade, I was watching to see if it would continue, because over here, it's like, oh, the higher time frames did start closing, just like I said before. And let me see if it's gonna continue. And then once it failed, because above here, there's a 1 hour fair value gap that I think I didn't show. There's a 1 hour fair value gap that the market is already traded into right there, okay? So yeah, so I was like, all right, well, possibility if it fails, it'll come back down. And because it wasn't breaking out here, I thought, all right, we're probably gonna need some type of liquidity grab, or try to get some buyers, or try to go to an area where people usually buy off of to get some more people in to push it back higher, because it just wasn't breaking out. And then that first breakout failed. So yeah, so they pushed it back down, and I was like, all right, since they push it back down, if I get a good trade here, I'll take it. So when they pushed it here, let me see if I can find the area. So yeah, they pushed it. They closed. No. Someone got cleared out. No, I'm in the wrong area. Over here. Yeah, so here. Oh yeah, so I was like, all right, since it closed in, it was a strong candle, then I took 10 points down, right? And then the final trade was, it was right here, there was a 5-minute fair value gap here that was formed. 5-minute fair value gap, right? Between these areas, right there. All right, so it kept on coming down. So I'm like, if the market's gonna go down, it needs to close below this 5-minute for me to take any more trades. And then while it was coming down, right, a fair value gap right here was created. And I was like, all right, there's fair value gap for it to go down, so it keeps bouncing off, right, and failing. But when it's coming down, they're buying it back up. So I'm like, all right, it's gonna need to be a strong close below here or something for me to even consider going into a trade, like a continuation, right? Continuation down, right? So it came, it didn't hold, but I was like, if it flips though, and I get an inverse here, and I get a strong candle, which if you saw, I got a strong candle, plus it closed outside those areas, I was like, I'm taking it. So strong candle, it closed, I took the trade, and I took 10 points or 10 or 15 points, because that's usually what I go for, 10 to 15 points or whatever. Maybe in the future I'll go for more, but right now it's just being as consistent as possible to make sure that my repetition, make sure I'm repeating the things that work for me, right? Of course, I could have held it longer, you know, this is where I should have taken out, right? It would have taken some here, and then, you know, add and keep going up if you're doing it like that. But 3 trades, 3 wins. You know, I'm just gonna keep working at it this way. All right.